Good morning. It is still morning, 11:41 a.m. on Friday, May 10th, 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I don't know, I didn't just get up. This is 5 more minutes. A little bit under the weather today because I don't know, I've sort of felt of a cold or something sort of coming on slow for the last couple of days, and I've been kind of hoping to fend it off. But you can definitely hear it in my throat, I think, my voice. Yeah, and so I just definitely woke up feeling like, did the atmospheric pressure increase by like 10 times? Because I feel like just sort of, you know, like the air is pushing on me. Yeah, so not feeling especially great today. But I'm still going to try to get some work done, even though obviously I kind of slept in and I'm feeling sort of blah. So we'll see how much work I get done. And then how much of that I feel comfortable calling work. But that's how these things go sometimes. Bodies don't always work exactly the way you would like them to. Sometimes you are invaded by tiny microbiological organisms and or viruses. And Anyway, I'm also a little bit bummed just because of internet drama that doesn't actually involve me directly in any way, except that I think the latest YouTuber, Twitter drama stuff like that, which I'm not even going to get into the details of, because either you care or you don't. And so if you care, then what am I going to tell you? And if you don't, then why bother? But the short version of why I care at all is only because that one of my favorite D&D streams, half the people involved are involved in this latest Twitter drama, and that's a real bummer. Like, I don't know the details well enough to feel like I can really judge the people involved in a substantial way. Like, it's hard to know when you get into a he said, she said thing. Like, it doesn't look good, that's for sure, but it's not so much that I feel like I want to rush to judge everyone involved as either this person's a good person, that person's a bad person, whatever. But nonetheless, it certainly turned into a big internet drama fire, and that is almost certainly likely to have a substantial effect on one of my favorite D&D streams, so that's a bummer. And obviously, it's never fun to hear stories about people treating each other poorly, so that's a bummer too. But, it's like none of that involves me directly. But yeah, so that was, had me feeling a little bit sad yesterday evening, just because it's like, oh, yeah, online personalities that I sort of liked and cared about are, on fire. So, yeah, that happens sometimes, right? Obviously, like, people are not always good at treating each other well. And, the whole culture of the internet does sometimes produce these what are sometimes called parasocial relationships. This idea where if you listen to someone's podcasts for a long time or watch them on YouTube or Twitch or whatever for a long time, there's this feeling that you know them. You know them like they're as well as their best friends do, as well as your best friends, that sort of thing. And yet everybody sort of rationally understands it is one-sided, right? It can't help but be. This happens to everybody because I think it's just human nature, because podcasting or these sorts of Twitch streams can be very intimate. I mean, look what we're doing right here, so the point is that everyone in an audience of a popular show often feels like they're, this person in the show is their friend. Like, and so, I watch this D&D stream and these people feel like my friends in my subconscious. But of course, they don't know me. They don't know who I am. So, and obviously this can blend. It's a whole spectrum, right? Because, sometimes you do know that person. Sometimes you kind of know that person, and it's all this weird mix of social relationships that our brains are not really evolutionarily adapted to handle, right? And so it does feel strange when people who you have never met in person, and they may not even know who you are at all, but you feel like you know them deeply. So when that person is undergoing hardship or drama of some kind, what is the effect of that on you? I think that's interesting because, not just like in terms of the effect that this online drama is having on me right now. It's more just like a matter of, in general, like, you might as well be reading a story in the newspaper about how two movie stars broke up, right? I mean, it's not really a fundamentally different thing. Anyway, I guess I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I want to try to get some work done now that I've slept so late. And anyway, I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.